Spider-Man 2 is slated for 2023. Um, and we hear, which is a voice that is obviously Craven the Hunter, just based on what he's saying and his accent. Um, and then we see Peter, and then we see Miles, and then at the very end, we hear Tony Todd, aka Candyman, aka the voice of Zoom from The Flash, voicing Venom, and we see Venom, and we all knew Venom was going to be in the game. Anybody who's played the entirety of the first game and Miles Morales, at the very end of both of those games, they show the Venom symbiote on Harry Osborn. You can go ahead.
I really like the changes to Peter's suit. Not a fan of the changes to Miles' suit, but I mean, we can change suits. I'm pretty sure they'll have the suit from Miles Morales in it, so I'll just switch to that immediately.
Yeah, I forgot to actually mention that before. Yeah, their suits. Yeah, like you said, I don't like Miles. I don't like the stripes on his arm. I think that's
weird. I don't either. I thought I was the only one. Everyone else is like freaking out about it. I hate it.
Yeah, no, I fucking hated it, dude. I'm gonna cut out that curse word, but like, I did not like it. I saw it. I was like, why are there stripes on his arm?
I'm glad we actually agree about something like this for once, because typically we don't. But like,
I feel like
I thought it was so ridiculous and so unneeded. Like, why? Like, his suit was literally perfect.
I feel like they didn't need to change his suit at all. And if they were gonna change his suit, still keep the basic design elements, like not there not being a stripe on his arm. Like if you're gonna change it, do like they did with Peter's and make slight changes. With Peter's suit, they made the red an actual vibrant, like candy red, like cherry red. I meant like a cherry red rather than the kind of oranges red that was in the last game that didn't look as red as people wanted it to be. So they made it more red.
Personally, the red didn't bother me, but yeah.
The red didn't personally bother me either, but I understand why people wanted it to be more red because it did come off as a bit orange. And they like on his hips, there was like a slit of like kind of like red with like the spider pattern on it, and they got rid of that. And they made it just a little bit more sleek. And they even changed the logo a bit to where it like the side where like the spider leg kind of goes off the red part and onto the blue part. It's more in line with the red part so that it doesn't look like they're two separate pieces. Like they just did little subtle changes to Peter's suit to make it better. With Miles, they did a really big and obvious change that was unnecessary. But like you said, we'll be able to wear his original suit, and I'm 100% changes his suit to the original suit. I hope they add his new suit though, that is recently in the comics into the game. I'm sure they will. Because
they probably will.
Yeah, because he doesn't have that many suits to begin with because he hasn't been around that long. So that'll probably be added in the next game, and it'll be interesting to see what that suit looks like. And I wonder if they'll give you the option to take off the kind of sweater thing that he has over top of it whenever they add that suit. And yeah, they showed Venom. We knew Venom was gonna be in it. Tony Todd is voicing him, the Candyman himself. I'm interested. I wonder if, and I feel like they can't have and not have either Miles or Peter end up with the symbiote on them at some point. Either one of them.
There's been a big theory since the first game, which I'm pretty quickly subscribing to. Like, I'm pretty, like, since I first heard it, I was like, yeah, that probably sounds about right. Is that they'll probably give Peter the symbiote suit, and then as Miles, you have to fight him to, like, try to save him.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Like, immediately, as soon as I heard it, I was like, yeah, that's probably what's about to happen. That sounds about right.
It'd be cool if that happens, and then you actually have to team up with Craven to take him down.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. But yeah, Harry's probably gonna be Venom for a little bit at the very least. Because of course, eventually the symbiote's gonna have to get on Peter. I feel like initially I still think this is the case. I think they're gonna use the Venom symbiote to essentially give Peter extra abilities since Miles has the gadgets, all of Peter's powers, and then he has the Venom abilities. So they have to give Peter something that would make you more interested in playing him after having played as Miles, who has these really dope abilities. And then you're like, well, why would I want to go back to play this dude who can't electrocute people naturally?
Right.
So they have to give you incentive to want to play as Peter again. Otherwise, you're going to be playing as Peter like, he's kind of just not as cool as Miles when you play as him as a character. But yeah, they're probably going to have to make him more interesting. And they're because naturally he's not going to have the Venom symbiote for the entirety of the game. So of course they're going to do it with technology. And they showed those arms in the trailer. And I wonder if that was just for the trailer's sake, or if he's taking inspiration from Dr. Octopus and he's going to incorporate that more into his fighting.
I definitely think that I definitely think he took inspiration from Doc Ock, which actually really makes me think.
Superior.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They've been hinting at Superior since the first game, like with the whole degenerative disease and he's not able to feel his body. That's the whole reason that he became superior in the first place.
But I would really like to see them take a stab at the clones saga, but good.
But good. I mean, there's been like four Clone Sagas in the comics, and only the first one was bad. Like the other three have all been actually really good, but
I would love to see them um, do that. I would love to see them bring in the clones.
that'd be pretty cool. I wonder if they'll do Miles as clones.
Um, is that good? I haven't checked it.
Actually, yeah, it's really good. That's why I said there were four Clone Sagas. Only the first one was bad.
I've been
The
hearing,
first one was bad, and they learned from their mistakes immediately.
yeah, I've been hearing mixed reviews on the Miles clone saga. But
I haven't heard any bad reviews on the Miles Clone Saga, honestly.
what if actually they took both Miles and Peter's DNA and made a like a clone that's a combination of both of them?
Like a super clone, super spider.
He has like, because Peter, well, because they never, because I think they never confirm it, or if like Peter is actually stronger than Miles, or if he's only stronger than Miles because he's older and been doing it longer. Um, or you know what I mean? So like, I don't know if that's the case, but either way, I feel like they could make a version, they could combine them and have a version that's stronger than both of them physically and faster, and he has Miles powers. And what they do say in the comics is that Peter's spider sense is better than Miles, and he also has a spider sense that's better than both of theirs. And I feel like that would be cool, just a stronger version of both of them. That's a combination of both of their DNA. I think that could be interesting. But yeah, I would love to see clones in one of the games at some point. And naturally, they could keep like they did in the comics, have Superior Octopus and have him be in a clone body of Peter's.
That's actually well. I mean, the original story, I think they should keep it the same, where he literally like is in Peter's body. But in the second Superior Spider-Man story, which ended terribly, and I don't understand why they would. I have a lot of complaints about the second one. In the second story, his body was a perfect combination of Otto and or his original body and Peter's body. Like he got like the spider powers from Peter. But
That would be cool. I would be cool if like in a third game, maybe they do Superior Spider-Man, and then they do like a Miles Morales type spin-off game where you play as the clone version of, or like the the combination clone version of Superior Octopus in like San Francisco. I think that could be cool.
if they're doing what I think they're doing and making a whole universe, I could really see a lot of
Here's
like potential for Doc Ock.
I feel like the first thing that came to my mind when I saw that they were making a Wolverine game, I was like, they should make a Fantastic Four game. I feel like that could be cool. And it could be maybe if they would like to, they could try and make it co-op. I feel like they could probably succeed at that. I feel like that could be like most people want to play as the Human Torch.